Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning, welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning and welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Good morning, welcome to the Clay Classic News.
Hello, Clay faculty, staff, and students. As principal here at Clay Middle School, I want to take a couple minutes to let you know my sincere thank you for a wonderful first semester amid a global coronavirus pandemic. The holidays are a time for us to think about all of our good fortunes and spend time with family and friends. It is also a time for us to take a time to reflect back on the year that is getting ready to close. 2020 has been a very challenging year in more ways than one. For you as students and our children, our teachers and our faculty and staff, our parents and our families, our entire community, country, and world for that matter. Everybody has been impacted by our global pandemic. As we begin to reflect back on this year, I would like for all of you to know how proud I am of each and every one of you. Our teaching staff has honestly done things that many of them did not know they could do when this pandemic hit and we had to go 100% virtual last spring. And over several months, they worked as hard as they possibly could, rolled their sleeves up, learned as much as possible in order to continue to deliver the best education possible. This year has not been much different as we have had to adapt to the hybrid model and not seeing our students as much as we would like. We didn't have a lot of time to switch gears in this new learning model, so I applaud not only our teachers, but I also applaud you as students and our student body for all that you've had to do and all the hard work you've had to put into this year regarding our hybrid model, working through Canvas and all the technology initiatives, and also learning how to best manage your time when you're not with your teachers, considering our teachers are not seeing their students and our students are not seeing their teachers as much as they have in the past. One thing we always talk about is how do you define greatness? Well, I think the last several months during this pandemic, leading back to last March, there are several signs of greatness from all of us as adults and the amount of teamwork we've had to put into this, and also to you as students. If we just take time to stop for a minute, we actually have a lot to be grateful for. During these rather difficult times, I often thought about the power of our students, our staff, our parents, and our community. When all of these parts are working together, we have seen us all do pretty amazing things. As we look ahead to winter break, I want to wish each and every one of you a restful, relaxing, and wonderful holiday break. Please take care of yourself and take care of your family. I look forward to seeing you in 2021 and all the great things we are going to accomplish. Before I leave, I'll leave you with a quick quote. It was last week's greatness quote. If you have the power to make someone happy, do it. The world needs more of that. Stay great, Clay.
Has a lot of importance at Clay Middle School. It represents what we stand for and the Clay way we demonstrate.
The yearbook costs $35.
Buy our one-of-a-kind yearbooks at www.yearbookordercenter.com.
Buy the 2021 yearbook to remember this historic year.
The sixth graders are working on a digital invasive species project. This year, because of COVID, they cannot work together, so they went digital. They are all working by themselves to research and make a Google slide of their invasive species.
Let's see what's happening in orchestra. This quarter, students are learning several holiday songs, sometimes with the use of a metronome. This week, they're playing a classic Christmas song. Let's go check it out.
On December 24th, 1893, Ford produces the first successful gas motor.
The first NFL playoff game was December 18, 1932.
The 1,000,000th NBA basketball point was scored on December 22nd, 1962.
Texas is admitted as the 28th U.S. state on December 29, 1845.
The bombing of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii happened on December 7th, 1941.
The first Thanksgiving occurred on December 4th, 1619.
With all that's going on right now, seeing positive stories in the news is rare. That's why I'm going to share some of the uplifting stories in the news you might not have seen yet. In the UK, a 90-year-old grandmother was one of the first people to receive a COVID-19 vaccination. She said it was the best early birthday present she could ask for. Helping others is important, especially at a time like this. Celebrity chef David Chang won $1 million on the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and donated every dollar to charity. On the topic of donations, Starbucks announced that they are giving free coffee to frontline responders all throughout the month of December. In their words, "We want to show our deep gratitude for those who support and protect us every day with a small gesture of kindness and a cup of coffee." What's also happening in the month of December is that for the first time in 800 years, the Christmas star, also known as the Star of Bethlehem, will make an appearance. It's not a physical star, like the sun, but rather it's a conjunction formed by Jupiter and Saturn's alignment, which appears to shine brightly. It's happening on the 21st of this month, and it's definitely something you want to see. Now that you know about some of the uplifting stories in the news, hopefully 2020 looks a little bit better.
Here's one of this week's good news stories. Formula One driver Romain Grosjean walked away from this scary crash at the Formula One race in Bahrain last Sunday. Grosjean only had minor burns on his hands and possibly a broken rib. He's a very, very lucky man. Grosjean later tweeted from his hospital bed that he was okay and he would be released from the hospital in a few days. Doctors, team officials, and drivers have been praising the safety precautions made in Formula One to keep Grosjean alive. Some of these precautions included the halo, which goes over the driver's head to protect the driver during an impact. Haas F1 reserve driver Pietro Fittipaldi will replace Grosjean at the upcoming Sakir Grand Prix. Grosjean hopes to be back for the season finale in Abu Dhabi. After Formula One, Grosjean has been exploring IndyCar opportunities, as IndyCar has been implementing some of the same safety protocols as Formula One in the past few years. Thank you to these sources for information and inspiration. See you next time.